Hi YouTube, it's Lisa. Coming to you guys today. I'm sorry I'm not appearing on camera today, but I wanted to make sure that I got the picture as a thumbnail. So I figured this would be the best way to do this. Basically, I wanted to put my 2 cents in on this kind of outrage over the movie The Hunger Games and some of the casting choices that were made. I read the book before I saw the movie. I read all 3 books in 2 days because I just couldn't put them down. And I thoroughly enjoyed them all. I think the author did a great job on them. And I went to see the movie and, was blown away by the movie. I think they did a great job. Obviously, it seemed like for the sake of time, they had to cut some things out. But overall, I think they stayed very close and true to the book. Okay. Now, the point of dissension, I guess, or the issue for a few hundred people, or I don't know, maybe 1,000, I don't know, has come in over the casting of, I think her first name is Amanda. She's a little black girl. She was cast in the part of Rue, okay? And a lot of people are like, no, Rue is supposed to be a white girl with blonde hair. Or I pictured her as a white girl. Why did they cast a black girl? They ruined the movie. It wasn't sad when she died because she was a black girl. She wasn't, something along the lines of a white girl, I pictured a white girl, an innocent white girl. Okay. And for you guys who haven't seen the movie, coming from somebody who I believe I can be objective in this, that girl did an amazing job. Yes, I'm black. I'm not just touting her up because she did a great job and she's black. Okay. No, she did a great job. She didn't really get too much screen time, but what she had, I felt it I wish they had more time to kind of develop her and Katniss's relationship in the movie. But she was the epitome, to me at least, she was the epitome of innocence, you know what I mean? And that's why her death is so difficult, because it really drives home the fact that these are children having to kill other children. And she was really an innocent child. She didn't want to be there, but she got chosen and everything. So on performance alone, she did an awesome job, but people were really stuck on the fact that she was black. And no, that's not right. She's not supposed to be black. And these are just a couple things that I just wanted to point out and say, okay? Firstly, all the other characters in this book, or in the movie, they cast extremely close to their character descriptions that are given in the book. Katniss, Gale, Peeta, Foxface, Effie, Katniss's team, they cast looking, making sure that they look like that. And for those people that I just named, they looked nothing like their characters before they began. Obviously, Jennifer Lawrence was a blonde girl. They made sure that her hair was dyed and her skin was darkened because Katniss is described as having olive skin. The same with Gale. Chris Hemsworth, I think his name is. No, Liam. That's Liam. Hemsworth, it looks like his hair was dyed brown as well. Obviously, Josh Hutcherson, who plays Peeta, had brown hair before he began shooting, but they made sure to dye it blonde to make sure that these people matched their character descriptions. Foxface, you didn't see a blonde-haired girl or brunette running around. She's described as having red hair in the book, and that's who they cast, a redheaded actress with fox-like features in her face. The only ones that I was just on were Haymitch, Woody Harrelson. For some reason, I just picture someone overweight, and maybe the author actually said that he wasn't overweight. I don't know. I just picture someone overweight because I figure if you drink that much, that would just happen. I don't know. And also, and back on Woody Harrelson, he did an awesome job. Even though he wasn't what I pictured, I feel like he captured the essence of Haymitch, as a person. And he did an awesome job with that. And the only other one for me was President Snow, only because I expected him to have a more plastic surgery looking face, more so than Donald Sutherland did in the movie. But again, Donald Sutherland captured the essence of President Snow. He's evil, all powerful president, of Panem or whatever. Those are the only two. So why would they take all these measures to make sure everyone else in the movie matches their character description, except for these three characters, Cinna, Thresh, and Rue? It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? I'm sure it wasn't just, oh, we need some more black people in the movie. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how that, no, that's not how that worked. They, just like everyone else in the book, they went off of the book to cast, these particular actors, okay? So, I want to get Cinna out of the way first. When it comes to Cinna, honestly, his description, I remember green eyes, gold eyeliner, him being actually attractive, and close-cropped brown hair. That's what I remember as far as his description. That could fit anybody, and for the most part, it fit Lenny Kravitz, except for the fact that maybe his eyes weren't green, okay? Close-cut brown hair, gold eyeliner, and attractive. And I've been thinking Lenny Kravitz was the ish for like a long time. But anyway, and he did a great job. Haymitch was a cool guy. He treated Katniss like a human being, and he wanted to make an impression. You know what I mean? And that's what he did, and that's what he came across as in the movie. All right? So as far as Cinna was concerned, he was just ambiguous. It could have been anybody playing that character, It didn't have to necessarily be a white guy, And Lenny Kravitz did a great job. Now, as far as Thresh and Rue, okay? Rue is obviously a much more, central character because she really she's a driving force behind Katniss's actions, a lot of the time, after her death. So I think, the author obviously spent a little bit more time describing her than she did Thresh, but I remember Thresh just being described as, similar dark eyes and skin as Rue's. That's pretty much all I remember from that. And I think that, anytime there's a debate anytime there's a debate over something and you're coming from the same material, go back to that material and prove your point that way. Not just this is what I saw or whatever. Go back to the material, right? So I'm going to go to the first book, The Hunger Games. Okay, and I'm on my Kindle, so please, bear with me. Go to the games, and you go to chapter 3, all right? And I have it highlighted if I can find it. And this is where Peeta and Katniss are on their way to the capital in the train, and they're watching the recap of the reapings from the other districts, all right? And this is what it says. And most hauntingly, a 12-year-old girl from District 11. She has dark brown skin and eyes, but other than that, she's very like Prim in size and demeanor, okay? So this is like reading comprehension 101, all right? Dark brown skin and eyes. Not tanned, not olive, dark brown skin and eyes, all right? And I guess a lot of people are like, oh, I thought she was a blonde-haired white girl because it says that she's like Prim. It says specifically she's like Prim in size, meaning how little she is, and demeanor, meaning how she carries herself, not physically, all right? So I think that just disproves that this was supposed to be a white blonde girl, right off the bat, all right? Get that. And then there's another description of Rue, okay, in chapter 7. It's very brief, but it's there. Hold on, this thing is like annoying. And I apologize for any background noise, but I have a 3-year-old here with me today, so you gotta bear with me. But this is where Peeta and Katniss are training, all right? Here it is. And it says, Peeta says, I think we have shadow. Then it says, I throw my spear, which I'm not too bad at actually, if I don't have to throw too far, and I see the little girl from District 11 standing back a bit, watching us. She's a 12-year-old, the one who reminded me so of Prim in stature. Up close, she looks about 10. She has bright dark eyes and satiny brown skin, and stands tilted up on her toes with her arms slightly extended to her sides, as if ready to take wing at the slightest sound. It's impossible not to think of a bird. All right? Satiny brown skin, you guys. Come on, all right? Satiny brown, not friggin' pale or really tan because she's been in the sun. So no, she's brown, all right? Ugh. Okay. So that's my second example, and want to say that the author describes or says it's impossible not to think of a bird, and she kind of plays up on that description like as a bird or whatever. She plays up on that again in Catching Fire, the sequel to the Hunger Games. And where I'm coming from in Catching Fire is chapter 4. If I can get there. There we go. And this is where Katniss and Peeta have to go, on their press tour basically to all the districts. And they stop at District 11, obviously. And this is what it says there. As usual, a special platform has been constructed at the bottom of the stage for the families of the dead tributes. On Thresh's side, there's only an old woman with a hunchback and a tall, muscular girl I'm guessing is his sister. On Rue's, I'm not prepared for Rue's family. Her parents, whose faces are still fresh with sorrow. Her 5 younger siblings who resemble her so closely. The slight builds, the luminous brown eyes. They form a flock of small, dark birds. Dark birds, okay? Not doves or I don't really know birds that well. So if y'all know any other white birds, then, not those, okay? But of dark birds. So why would the author, if she was talking about, a family of white people, describe them as dark birds, okay? These are 3 examples, okay, again, that I feel, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, proves that this girl was a black girl, okay? And that Amandla, the girl who was selected to play Rue, was the right choice, okay? It's just, it's really, it just drives me crazy. Like, I can't understand how anyone got, anything else than this is a black girl. I don't see that, and and I'll be honest, like, when I saw who they got to play Rue, I was expecting someone darker, like, that was just me, but, at any rate, this girl nailed her performance. She did an awesome job. Sometimes you don't know with child actors, but she did an awesome job. So, this whole thing with, oh, she's black, it's like, read the book and you'll see that she's supposed to be. This is, a question of basic reading comprehension and really paying attention to descriptions given in these books. You know what I'm saying? And, for those people who, oh, she's supposed to be white, no, you read the book and you see that you have no basis for your argument. It's just that I don't know, like, I feel like when I go to read a book and they're describing somebody, I can't go in there with a preset notion of who this author saw. I didn't see this person. This is who the author saw. So I have to take what the author gives me. I'm not just going to completely disregard that and be like, no, she's this. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, I guess that's really all I wanted to say. I thought the movie was great. I really do recommend the books and enjoy the books. And again, those are 3 examples that I feel prove that this is a black girl that we're talking about and not a blonde white girl who's, I guess, more innocent to some people. It's ridiculous. I think that the performance that she gave of Rue was like the epitome of innocence. And that's why it just really drove home the fact that these are children fighting children. And, an innocent person, had to die. So that's all I really wanted to say, you guys. And I hope you all have, a great, wonderful day and go out and see that movie. I've seen it twice since it came out because it's just really that good. All right. Bye.